Hello and welcome to episode 71 of the DaebakCast. This is a weekly podcast where the three of us come together each week to talk about K-pop and whatever is current in the industry. This week we got 2 album reviews and 2 topics. One of them is a fan-submitted one, so shout out to you, whoever you are. Nate, who was it?
I was gonna save the shout out for when we get to the topic, but it is Christopher Tellez or Tele.
All right, we'll shout you out twice in this episode. You can do it again. Anyways, I guess going from there, as always, I'm joined by Nate.
Woo, yeah, burn it. BTS outro. But I have 3 things.
Hey,
Biting off Andrew.
Yep,
who the hell said you could do that?
Okay, so we got a poll up on Twitter, and I'll put it in the description of these videos, all the topics, if I remember. Basically, we want to branch out on social media a little bit and interact with you guys more. So let us know what social media platforms you want us to use. Please not Snapchat, because I'm too old
Everyone
to
say
understand
Discord.
Snapchat.
Everyone say
Discord, please. That's what I would use.
So that's one of my things. 2, I'm doing something completely unprecedented, never before done on this show. I'm revising my review score for G-Idol to a 9.
Ooh, I was thinking of doing that for this, but maybe.
So yeah, I'm officially giving G-Idol's I Am a 9 out of 10.
Wait, what did you have before?
An 8.
I think we both gave it 9s.
You both gave it 9s. I gave it an 8.
So rounded up to 9, so it's fine.
I mean,
it doesn't change the overall score, but personally, my score went up. And then I have 2 short questions from Legalized Cheese on Twitter. First, K-pop purchases. For me, it was SNSD albums. I have no idea which, because it was 7 years ago.
Does it have to be an album?
I know what my first one was.
K-pop purchases in general.
I thought about going over there and grabbing mine, but
yeah, I'm not.
Mine was SNSD Genie.
I think mine was Baby Baby.
No, my first album was Baby Baby. My first purchase was I went to Choreo Books, the place I go to all the time, and I bought a 2015 Girls' Generation wall calendar, and for whatever reason it was all of their Japanese like CF promotions, like the one where they're all wearing like NBA jerseys and everything. I don't know why they were selling that, but yeah, I don't know why. I think I threw it away, but I should have kept it. Damn it! Because just like, what am I gonna do with a 2015 calendar?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Or like 2013 calendar or something like that. I don't know, but yeah.
And then, have you ever dreamt in Korean? And I'm pretty sure I have, but I don't remember my dreams very often. So, but I think while I was there, I did.
Dream
Korean. Don't remember my dreams, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I remember like 5 a year, but I do specifically remember like 1 while I was
0.1 per year.
I can remember.
I can only recall like 1 dream from when I was a kid.
You don't recall? You don't recall your nightmare? Okay, I'll stop. But I don't think I don't think I've ever dreamed in a different language before. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I watched too much anime one time. I was dreaming Japanese, but I was never that fluent. So all of my dreams have been in English or just nonsense, for that I can't understand what everyone's saying or just no one's speaking at all. So,
yep. Okay.
We should do a better job of catching our dreams.
Those are my 3 things. Dream catcher.
All right.
Get it? It's a horrible joke.
God, give me something here. Come on.
As always, as well, I'm joined by Andrew, who usually has 3 things.
Number 1, here's my non-K-pop recommendation for the week. Anderson .Paak put out a new single called Bowlin'. Great track.
Wait, but he's Korean, so it's K-pop.
Hey, yo, can we review Anderson .Paak's new album for the team?
That'd be so random.
No, he's been great, but on this track, he actually he actually starts rapping again, which I haven't heard him done since he was like named like freaking Breezy Lovejoy before he like started using his actual name. So yeah,
Breezy Lovejoy.
When he was doing music with Dumbfounded, he went under the name Breezy Lovejoy. So
he loves joy. What can
he reverted to Anderson. Well, hey, it's better than freaking 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz's name before it was 2 Chainz it was literally Titty Boy. Like,
That's awesome. That's awesome. He should have never changed it.
well, I mean, you can't play his name on the radio though, so you can't say his name on the radio.
Yeah, I guess
so
that's true.
So yeah, anyway, check out "Bubbling" by Anderson .Paak. Great track. Number 2. This is really old, especially considering we're recording this on a Monday because we're really late. Last week, Arsene Wenger, the longtime manager of Arsenal, my favorite soccer club, finally stepped down after, feels like 20-something years at the helm. So yeah, it was like almost my entire, there's a joke. His name is Arsene Wenger, and the club's name is Arsenal. So there are kids that grew up thinking that they named the club after him. So yeah, it's gonna be weird having a different manager at Arsenal, and I guess for the first time ever since I've started watching. So yeah, happy retirement, Arsene. Great, legendary coach. They're gonna build a statue of him in front of the stadium. And number 3. On Saturday, I went to see a little group known as the Rose, which was a great concert. I finally got to meet DJ. I saw Aubrey and all the rest of them.
Oh yeah, you never actually met DJ last year.
Yeah, I never got to. I was just DJ.
Yeah, Nate did.
Yeah, so I there was a part when we were leaving. I was just like, that's probably DJ, but I'm not sure. So I waited until I went outside, and then DJ came over. He's like, Andrew. He's like, oh yeah, they give him a big hug and everything. So yeah, it was pretty cool. We got Shake Shack. Wait, have you guys had Shake Shack before?
Nope.
Okay, that's a bucket list thing, or that's the thing you have to do when you guys come to the Shake Shack. So yeah, I'll try to get a.
Do they have good shakes?
Yeah, great shakes, and their DJ says that their he swears by their fries even more than Five Guys.
I've heard a lot of good things about Shake Shack.
So yeah, I'll have a vlog up soon. I'm going to be away this weekend, so
soon TM.
I'll see if I can get some stuff done on the road or whatever. So those are my 3 things. And go Celtics, please.
All right. And I'm Jacob. # no blow note. Let's get this started.
Okay. Almost dropped my phone.
Topic 1.
BTS review.
Love yourself.
It's gonna sound rushed because Jacob is being an adult this summer, but he has a bedtime. He's an adult with a bedtime.
Job. Yeah, I have a real job, but I have to get up early in the morning because I have to drive an hour to get there and blah.
Welcome to my world.
I have Nate problems.
Except, yeah, I don't know. I've gotten so used to it at the point where I could go to bed at midnight and wake up at 5 in the morning and still be fine.
I slept at 4 last night.
Okay,
dude. During the semester, I'd go to bed at 3 a.m. and
that's a problem.
Wake up at 11:30.
I've adjusted to it. This is your first week.
Yep.
In a month, you'll be able to stay up later.
Wow, this is easy.
Still wake up in the morning. It's fine.
Anyway.
Okay. BTS, Love Yourself, Tear. Or Tear. It's Tear, but it could be Tear.
I think it's both. I think they specifically say both. So.
They're the second in the Love Yourself trilogy.
Yep.
The first track is Intro Singularity. This is a V solo song. It's a really sensual R&B. It's got smooth jazz almost. And it's very, very similar to something Taemin would put out. Very artistic dance music video.
Definitely.
So yeah, I liked it. I like this type of music.
I think it's a good idea to give V more solo stuff because he has such a unique voice, especially in K-pop. You never really hear something like his voice. So I think he's deserving of a solo, just a solo album, especially if it's like this.
It's really weird because we used to be used to him singing in more of the type of voice, in Dope or Boy in Love, stuff like that. And then when he would sing with his real singing voice, I was like, oh, this is weird. Because his voice is really, really thick.
Yeah.
That it threw me off. But yeah, it really, really works well with this song. A really nice R&B slow jam.
The nice thing about his voice, though, is basically it's just, even though it naturally sounds like this, it kind of sounds like it's lo-fi in a way. It's just really funny.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so it's perfect. And also it had a really interesting MV with Jabberwocky masks everywhere.
Yeah, there was masks and stuff. There was a lot of weird.
Or he's
interpretive dance stuff going on.
Yeah, or he's from Street Fighter.
Yep. Yeah. Vega.
Next we have Fake Love, which is the title track. This is a mixture of DNA and Blood, Sweat, and Tears. It's a darker, slower version of DNA. I really like the guitar part and the instrumentals, but it doesn't really continue. And then overall, I was pretty disappointed. There's too much auto-tune, and then the rap is just that soft, like, sing rapping type of American music that I want BTS to be doing their hard-hitting rap verses. I want them to sing more. Like, they still have their own style, but they are being more and more Americanized.
Yeah.
And it's just less and less interesting for me. So overall I was disappointed, but the choreo and the cinematography are top tier as always.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Maybe like less on like the cinemat. I don't know. I felt the MV was kind of boring because I mean, when I first saw BTS, I was introduced to them pre I Need You, so like
yeah, same.
Yeah, so like the style of music that was before they started doing their really deep like hashtag like feels emo type stuff, and I don't know. At this point, it just feels like too tropey from like a cinema, and it definitely feels like they didn't try to do anything innovative, like at least over the like DNA music video. It kind of feels like it's basically the DNA video with the absence of color, like almost like beat for beat. Like the rooms seem the same, like a lot of the camera angles seem the same. Like, I mean, getting to the actual song though, I like the chorus because I feel like the hook is very catchy, but yeah, it really falls flat on the verses. So yeah, honestly, this might be one of my least favorite BTS singles, and it's I mean that's kind of nitpicking because like most of them are good, but yeah, I do feel like they're trying to cater to the American market a bit too much, especially with like the delivery of the raps, and they're like, oh, let's like throw in all these triplets and everything, and yeah, it wasn't as interesting as DNA was, or as like I Need You or like Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Yeah, it just feels like they're retreading a bit too closely to the other songs.
So I like this song a lot. I think it's a good song. I currently have it on my like rotation playlist that I have all the songs I'm listening to or whatever at the moment. I like it a lot. I was listening to it in the car, and I was like the same thought came to my head basically. Is like I really like this song, but they're really in danger of like Americanizing themselves too much, and that is the quicksand that K-pop acts always fall into when they're trying to penetrate the American market. Is they Americanize
telling me
themselves.
"Love Like Money" is not
Love You
a
Like
top
Money.
tier song?
Love You
I mean,
Like
that is a really catchy
Akon.
song. But
I
like,
love that song actually.
Yeah,
me too. But like the reason why it's a danger is because they could end up just blending in with everybody else.
Yeah, they got here on their
once
uniqueness.
they're not the shiny new thing, you know.
Yeah, once the shock factor, like we're filming this on Monday, like the day after the BBMAs. So like once that, like, oh my god, they're like the Korean Beatles or something like that. Once that factor wears away, you need something to separate you. And if like trying to make their music too American, I don't think that's the right move.
Yeah.
Next we have The Truth Untold featuring Steve Aoki.
Oh my god,
it's a ballad.
A song with Steve Aoki that doesn't have a disappointing drop.
Don't let him hear that.
I really like the whisper singing at the beginning. And like this is the type of vocals I'm looking for in like Fake Love. Like, why is it so auto-tuned? Why can't they sing? Because they can sing.
Yeah, I don't think it's just the auto-tune. I feel like
it's just not interesting. Like they don't do anything interesting with their vocals.
I feel the melody is much more lazy than this, where you feel so much emotion coming out of this
exactly.
song.
The thing I have to say about that type of auto-tune is I'm like, dude, it's not 2009 anymore. That was 10 years ago.
Well,
yeah, we'll get to that later.
Jay-Z tried to write the death of autotune, but then they autotuned that song as well.
I really like the drum part for the climax too. It's really simple, but it's really effective.
I think it might be this might be one of my favorite songs because again, if you're gonna go for like the sort of deep emotional Bangtan style that they've done on like Wings and that sort of like era of BTS, this is how you do it, because again, you feel so much emotion in the song. The instrumentals definitely back it up with like just how like intense the piano is, and just like how like it definitely helps carry the weight of the song. So all props to Steve Aoki. I never really expected. I think the subversion of those expectations is definitely like a huge factor in why I like this song, because again it could have just been like a generic sort of thing, and I think that's a good job on both like with this and Chainsmokers, where they don't impose their style on BTS, where they really are like true collaborators in that they're trying to enhance the sound of the group, not try to take it over. So yeah, that's a sign of a really good collaboration.
I definitely agree. I was really pleased to see that it wasn't just like another mic drop or whatever, like, because Steve Aoki, he's known for like his hard like electronic music or whatever, but you know, to see him come out with BTS collaborating on a ballad, I thought it was really, really cool, and it actually turned out really well. Definitely one of my favorite songs in the album.
Next we have 134340, which is the number designation for Pluto for some reason.
Is that why they picked it?
It's the number designation for Pluto. So it's probably got something to do with like being set up as something and then forgotten, or some weird garbage.
Before XOLs are like, hey, EXO has the copyright on the planet's stuff.
I didn't read the lyrics, so I don't know what it relates to, but that is that number. So this is a more chill, like funky hip hop song. It's amazing instrumentals, including jazz flute, which is awesome. I like the rap verses, but I actually really, really like the chorus in this song. That stood out to me a lot.
I wanted to like it, but I feel like the mixing on this is way too messy, because there's...
That's my problem as well.
Yeah, because they're trying to do the whole like retro mono vibe to it, but they have way too much going on in each ear. Like the left side is like the flute, you got a drum track going on, they have like the vocal chopping, and then like they have like, it's just, and not just like balancing, but yeah, definitely the mixing as well, where it feels like sometimes there's like way too much going on in the background of the instrumentals, and it's kind of, the vocals get too lost in the background. So like again, I do like the vocals on it. I do like the chorus, but yeah, I feel like the mixing is what lets this song down for me.
So I definitely agree with Nate that I really like the rap. I really like the instrumentals, but like I had the same reaction Andrew did. I was like, this would be a really good song, but like it feels like they just took a random instrumental and slapped the rap over it.
It sounds like a demo.
The vocals over it. You know? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like, as parts, I really like the two parts, I guess, the vocals and the MR, or the instrumentals or whatever. So, yeah, it's, So, yeah, just a little too messy, I guess. Too, like, SoundCloudy, I guess.
Okay, it is. I mean, it's just too amateurish for something BTS should put out.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the producers they have at their disposal. We shouldn't really be hearing these kind of problems.
Yeah.
Next we have Paradise. So this is a pretty standard R&B song. This is like the harder hitting rap I'm looking for, though. RM's got like a really hard hitting verse. And I do really like the synths and the instrumentals for this song.
But I feel like they should promote this song, because again, this is one of those songs where you can play this on American radio, and if it was in English, nobody would be any the wiser that it's from a Korean group. So yeah, I'm a sucker for any type of like future bassy like R&B type tracks. So yeah, this is definitely way up my alley.
Yeah, no, I think they should be promoting this instead of Fake Love, or gave this an MV instead of Singularity, because I think this song is marketable to an American audience, like Andrew said, but it's also not like un-Korean, like Fake Love seemed, I guess. So I think this would be sort of the space you want to inhabit when you're trying to like infiltrate the American audiences.
Next we have Love Maze. So this is the more innocent sounding guy group pop song, like a lot of funk guitar. This reminds me more of what I got into BTS for. It's the older style rapping, like hard hitting older rapping with like way better vocals. showcased in this song.
I like this track because again, it's pretty R&B. But the thing is I feel like they should have put it somewhere else, because having it this back to back with Paradise, they feel too similar. Like either pick one or the other ultimately, because I feel like you could cut down a lot of this album, to be completely honest. Like
yeah,
it's weird because like this album's almost like split into thirds, where it's like I feel like from intro to like 13:43:40 is one section, Paradise to Magic Shop is another section, and then like the rest of after that is like the third section. So I feel like it's kind of a waste to just have two similar sounding songs in the same section of the album. Yeah, just better placement.
I think to fix that, what I would do is cut 13:43:40, put Paradise ahead of The Truth Untold, and then that fixes a lot of the issue.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
As far as like differentiating the songs from each other, because like that's a big problem on a lot of albums, that you're like you have two really good songs, but then they end up not standing out because they're right next to each other.
Yeah. So it's too similar. So you don't it loses the impact.
Yep. That being said, I really like this song. Like it is kind of basic, but it's in a good way, I guess. Like it's going back to like fundamentals, I guess, and doing it well. So yeah. I won't complain about this track at all. I really liked it.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Next we have Magic Shop. I call this an EDM pop ballad, which is basically what it is. But this is like, if you listen to 17, this is Don't Wanna Cry and Thanks, like straight up that type of song. Like it's like a ballady pop song with a drop chorus. Yeah, I like it, but I like those songs. But yeah, it didn't stand out to me because it sounded very similar to those songs.
I gave it a 0 because I hate like the verses aren't bad, but wow, the drop is so generic, like obnoxiously. It's too Chainsmokery for my tastes.
See, that doesn't mean anything to me, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's because you're not exposed to it.
Don't Wanna Cry.
Well, yeah,
the other 17 song that's like straight out of Chainsmokers playbook.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well,
I'm surprised they collaborated with BTS instead of 17, because I feel like 17 is big enough that they could do it.
Yeah.
Playlist doesn't have
it could money. Be just because BTS and them have met, and
that's true.
That kind of thing, you know. So, but yeah, I really like this song. I like the progression of the ballad portions and stuff like that. But yeah, I think the drop is just a little too much. I think they could have made it like more subtle or something, like way more like laid back, I guess. And I think it would have served it way better.
Or no, just my go-to for anything to make any type of heavy electronic instrumental more interesting, vocal chopping. Like it's such a simple sort of technique that you could have done that would have made the song better.
Or just have insanely good choreo like 17 does.
Yeah, but I mean it's an album.
They're
track,
not promoting the song.
But it's not exactly. Next we have Airplane Part 2. So this is like super Latin inspired. Like it's literally just.
But for some reason, it's a sequel to J-Hope's Airplane, even though they don't sound anything alike.
Yeah, I was confused about that.
Yeah, it was just like BTS Airplane 1. Nope, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, maybe he wrote the lyrics, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about the song, to be honest. Like, I appreciate what it's doing, but it's just not for me. Like, this style of music isn't for me, I think. I think it just went too far, and the vocals didn't really blow me away. I thought the rap was okay, but yeah, it's just not for me. It's not a bad song. I didn't hate it, but it's not something I'd like go out of my way to listen to, I think.
I actually liked it. I think it's a way better Airplane song than J-Hope's Airplane song, because like the chorus, like they're talking about going like Mexico City and like all these different like places and other, like they're just like, oh, it's definitely like they're talking about
they're
airplanes.
Talking about flying somewhere.
And like friggin' J-Hope's music video, they show like one airplane, and the most of the time he's just rapping in front of a car, and I'm just like, yo, come on, gotta step your game up. But yeah, this would be an awesome song to see live, definitely.
So I liked it. I think it's something about like the instrumentals that I don't like quite as much, but it's like a really small minor gripe. Other than that, I think it's pretty cool. I like that they're using like a Latin inspired vibe, because I like that in K-pop they're sort of reintroducing that once again, because that used to be a big thing back in the day, but
I
kind of went away. and now it's kind of back.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it's really popular again.
All about that stuff.
Yeah,
I guess
exactly.
that's just like... That's what I guess because I don't follow current music trends. It sounds like BTS, like other than the rapping parts, which I liked. It sounds like BTS trying to cover a Ricky Martin track, and it's just I can't handle it. It's not for me.
You know how
that's
much
what
money
I'd
pay to see freaking BTS do like "Livin' La Vida Loca" or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's what it sounds like to me. And I'm just like,
anyone, somebody that has contacts with like Big Hit or something, get them to cover "Livin' La Vida Loca," and I will buy like $1,000 BTS ticket.
Yep.
Mark me down for that.
Next, we have Anpan Man. So I get that this is a joke, but I hate it so much.
No!
And it's exactly what I don't want to listen to.
No! It's
insanely, horrible garbage auto-tune rapping, and it's just not good. It's not what I wanted. And I get that it's bringing back like BTS joke tracks because it's about a Japanese anime or cartoon character or something, but nope. Can't do it.
Before Andrew cuts in, one thing I have to say is it sounds like Fetty Wap mixed with like late 90s Korean rap. Not like the rap after it was good, but the rap like Korean rap before they figured out what they were doing.
Before Drunken Tiger showed up?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's so funny though. It's like they tried to make like a swag song about some really low key anime superhero character. Because for those that don't know, anpan is a Japanese sweet roll. It's bread filled with red bean paste, so that tastes amazing. I'm sure. So it's so funny that like it's literally the randomest like thing that they can pull from, and they're like, oh, like we're superheroes, we're Anpan Man. Like I don't know, I have a picture of Anpan Man up on the screen right now, but I just love. Again, I miss this BTS where they just be funny and stupid. Like and variety, they can be really funny and stupid and like have all like the memes and everything. But I feel like they've kind of went away from that in their music, and I miss this. I want a music video of this. It's gonna be so funny.
I want that too, but I want it in a good song.
This is a good song. This is the best song in the album. Not even joking.
No, not at all. This is the worst song.
That's actually why I kind of wish they did like skits and stuff, because like Epic High used to do skits.
This is
great.
They used to do a lot of skits.
Good.
They used to do a lot of skits on their album. This is the closest like you can get to like a funny ass skit, basically. But this is a song that I can't wait to see them perform live. It's just gonna.
Oh my god.
Anything else, Jacob? On this song?
No, it's just it's a meme song.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, there's a picture of there's a picture of Anpan Man with One Punch Man. They look the same basically. They look the same.
Luckily, the album ends well.
Yep.
So next we have So What, and this is what I'm looking for. This is old school like BTS EDM banger, super hard hitting rap versus like this is straight out of like Dark and Wild or like their older stuff, and this is what I love BTS for, so I was really happy to hear this song.
This is infinitely way better of an EDM track than Magic Shop was, because again, I love the driving synths helps carry it, and I love the vocalization that matches with the driving synths. Again, that carries the energy of the song very well. Love this. Again, great, like powerful sort of like hype song that they definitely love to perform at concerts.
The beat, super dope. I really like that. The rap, really good. Like everything, like it basically checks all my BTS boxes. So that's always a good sign. Yeah. This is probably along with Truth Untold is probably one of my favorites as well. I really like this song.
Yeah, this is my favorite song on the
definitely
track,
like
on the album.
Standouts.
Yep. And then finally we get Outro Tier. Which is basically Cypher 5, because you can say Mic Drop is a cipher, but I don't agree.
It's a cipher. I consider it a cipher. It's the most important cipher.
I think this is more of a cipher than that. But I really like the piano strings intro. Like I said, this is a cipher. This is the hard hitting like hip hop song. It's just the rap members, just the rap line. I love RM and J-Hope's verses. I really wish Suga's was less auto-tuned.
It's serviceable.
It's fine, but it's just too much auto-tuned again. Like, he he doesn't need it. Like none of them need it. That's why I hate hearing it. It's just ruining their voices, in my opinion. It doesn't add anything to the songs.
This might be one of like Rapmon's best verses I've ever heard him spit on any of. Oh my god! Because we keep fighting over which cipher is better, and everyone knows it's part 3. So like this is basically
Actually, it's part 2.
Nah, I like part 3.
Definitely, I can't remember. It's been a while since I listened to both.
You always say part 3.
I always say part 3.
Okay.
I've seen part 3
I
live.
say 2 literally just because of Rapmon's rap in that.
No, I say part 3 because of like ugh. But anyway, but yeah, this reminds you of those old school ciphers basically, and God, like I don't know why Rapmon never went on like Show Me the Money or something like that. He'd destroy the competition, I think.
He probably would. I think it's just because he's a little too high profile at this point.
Yeah, I guess he might overpower everyone.
Yeah, before like when he would have gone on it, those shows didn't really exist. And then he got huge, and then like Fire and stuff came out, and those shows started showing up around that same time.
He definitely could have, like when
it's like when Fire
Mino was on there, Mino was on there and Bobby were on there. Like he definitely could have.
Yeah, I'd love to see a track between all 3 of those guys because they can all spit definitely. But
yeah,
just one last note on the intro part. I loved it because it kind of reminds me of how Epic High ended their album with the song Munbedong. Like just very similar, sort of like filter like intro, and then it kicks into like the hype song.
Yep.
So, yeah, great ending track. Great song.
Yep.
Just like the last Love Yourself, this is probably also one of my favorites. Like just ended on a straight up rap track. My favorite. Yes. Just do it. Yes. That being said, yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. So yeah, I don't know. All you need to know is I liked it. It was good. They spit. So spit fire.
Okay.
All right, on to the ratings.
We got overall, I think that was probably our fastest full album review we've ever done. But we still got everything we wanted to say out. So me overall, I did a 5 out of 6 for music. I think most of the album is fantastic. There's a couple songs I can't stand, and mostly one song I can't stand, which we talked about. And then I wish the title track was just better. I did a 2 out of 3 for concept. Choreo's great. Like you guys said, I think the cinematography is good, but it was definitely a little bland with the like lack of color, and that's definitely what they're going for. But it's not super appealing. And then a 1 out of 1 for bias. So I gave it an 8.
I gave it the same score, but it's really close between a 7 and an 8 to be completely honest, because it literally came down to just like how good the choreography of Fake Love was, and I'm surprised. Yeah, we didn't really get a good look at it until literally just PD put up her the fan cam, which is, like, because basically the for those that missed the Billboard Music Awards, the camera work was just garbage. And like they barely showed like the choreography; they were just showing all the girls screaming their faces off. So, yeah. That being said, yeah, I did end up giving it a 2 out of 3 for the concept because I feel like the choreo was very well done. Bangtan is very good at using set pieces, and I hope they continue to do that. But I hope that part 3 is the last we hear from them. And then they take a break because I feel like they are sort of hitting a creative rut in some type of way. Because if you look at like their history, they've been putting out full albums and like mini albums, like compilation albums, nonstop since like 2014, 2013, basically. They have they haven't gone a year without putting out like a very like large amount of music. So I do feel like they need a break after the third part. Take a break, and that's when Big Hit should introduce their next boy group, because you're gonna run them ragged. Basically, I know that they want to keep the momentum of debuting in the U.S., but I don't think they're gonna keep producing good music if they don't get time off, because it's just they're just gonna be creatively burnt out. So it's a good 8 and a slightly tentative 8. And it was a like roller coaster of emotions with like how much I loved and hated the songs, but yeah, I'll have to see how I like the third part to like I guess really like gauge like my like overall interest in BTS at this point.
Mm-hmm.
0 out of 10. No Cypher 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't even joke. I don't even joke.
In all
please.
seriousness, 5 out of 6 for music. Like I liked most of the songs except a couple. Weren't like amazing or anything. 2 out of 3 for concept. Again, like the cinematography, the budget, you could tell it was all there. It was just like it just felt a little bland. Like the music video for Fake Love was like a stripped down version of the Blood, Sweat, and Tears music video, in my opinion. Like, and they had that random pause where they just
I did not like the pause.
Well, I mean, they try to be like artsy like that, but
Yeah. I think it ruined
but at this point, it seems like they're just like, oh, they do this and other and
one too many
things,
times. They go into the well
too.
one too many times, basically.
Yeah. So 2 out of 3 there. It was good. It's just like nothing new. And then obviously bias point because BTS very good. So yeah, same exact scores from all of us. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 overall.
Oh my god, it doesn't get a shiny.
It doesn't get the shiny, unfortunately. But
I don't think the last one did either.
I don't think it did either.
I don't think we did.
I gave that a
did.
9 though.
Anyways.
I gave it a 9.
I think I probably gave it the same score as I gave this one. There were definitely a couple things that disappointed me.
Maybe
about
it did.
the last
I don't
one.
remember.
No, I don't think it got I don't think we did Chinese back then. But I remember giving.
No,
I gave it the
did.
highest score. Like I gave that a 9 because I really like that.
Okay.
That was up there with my favorite like BTS albums. So yeah, this.
Yeah,
it's good, but it definitely feels like a step back.
Yeah, I actually think I might like this one a little bit more. I definitely like DNA way more, but I think I like the album tracks of this album a little bit more than the album tracks.
Yeah, exact same sort of feel. So it'd be nice for them to maybe get more balanced and less top heavy.
Yeah.
Yep. So I guess from here we can go on to topic 2, but before that, I like to ask everyone to like, I don't know, leave your opinion in the comments. I like to hear what other people think as well. So yeah, because I'm actually curious with this one because I've seen a lot of people who loved it, but a lot of people who were sort of like, I kind of expected more, kind of like
surprising amount of people who aren't as like I was talking to some people that I made friends with in line, and some of them weren't as excited about the lead single especially. So yeah, it's definitely. I believe I made the comment last time that I thought DNA was going to be the signal of BTS, but I feel like this is going to be way more the signal of BTS because it's been very divisive. So yeah, let us know. I want to hear from all y'all.
So from here, topic 2 will be Uni.T.
Uni.T line mini album debut. A couple things. So before we start, there's going to be a link to a poll in the description about social media that we're going to use if you want us to use something. So if you didn't hear part 1 somehow, go vote in that poll on what social media you want us to use.
It'll be pinned to the comments.
I'll pin it to the comments. I'll put a link in the description, and there is a pinned tweet on our Twitter as well. So if you don't know Uni.T, it is the girl group from the unit. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to try to remember everyone that's in it without looking. But I might need to look it up. So we have Yoonjo formerly of Hello Venus. We have Weejin from Sunwoo. We have Hyunju, formerly of April. We have Ensia, who is a solo singer. We have Woohee from Dalshabet. We have Suji, formerly of the Arc.
/ Real Girls Project.
/ Real Girls Project.
That's very
important.
We have
Zian from Laboom. We have... I'm trying to think of who I didn't say. We have... I'm missing 2 of them. Huh?
Yebin.
Oh, yeah, Yebin from Daya. And... none of us can remember the last one.
I'm looking at the picture, but I'm trying to figure out.
If I looked at the picture, I would know who it is.
Come on, you got this, Nate. You're the girl group expert. Come on. You're disappointing all our fans right
Weejin, Yebin, Ensia, Suji, Zian.
Did you say
Yoonjo?
Hyunju? Did you say her?
Yeah, I said Hyunju.
You said Hyunju.
Jiwon.
Yoonjo. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Jiwon from Spica. That's right. Yep.
How could we
How did I forget? How could I forget one of my biases?
Oh shit! But that isn't like half the group your bias basically.
No, so that's the thing
The
with this
whole
group. I had really high hopes for this group because I followed literally all of them except Suji, and that's because Suji wasn't around long enough for me to realize I should follow her. But yeah, I followed Hello Venus back when Yoonju was in it. Like, I obviously followed Daya. I've followed Encia since she debuted because her vocals are insane. So yeah, I had really high hopes for this group. So we will go to their title track, No More, and this is basically Why So Lonely 2. And it's amazing, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
I've been praying for this day to come. Like, not even joking. I'm just like, why hasn't a girl group? Or didn't Sonomu actually do a concept like this? Kiss on the Lips or something like that?
No, that's
Oh god, am I thinking of the wrong group?
You're thinking of a different group, and I'm blanking on their name because they're not a huge group. But
there is a group that actually did this concept before. But tell us in the comments. Or something, I don't know.
I'm looking it up. It's anyway, Melody Day. That's right.
Melody Day.
They were on the unit, but none of them made it.
Oh no! Rip.
I think all of them were actually on the unit.
Oh, they're good. Why? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Unity is like stacked though.
No, yeah, Unity is so stacked, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, isn't almost everyone here just like a vocalist basically?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They're all like, even the dancers. Like Ijin's a dancer, but her vocal skills are no joke. So yeah, Why So Lonely 2. So if you don't know Wonder Girls, that was their last single before, other than their goodbye song. So it's basically like a reggae song. It's very reggae poppy. I'm just really happy they gave them something like this. I was expecting like more standard girl group. I didn't think they would actually give them like a sexier concept, which I don't know. It's kind of split because they're like half and half. Like they could have gone either way. Like Encia, Yebin, Hyunju definitely lean more like cute, innocent type stuff. But then you have like Ijin and Woohee like doing that, definitely lean more like sexy style. So like, I don't know, they could have gone either way, but I'm just glad they gave them something like this because we don't get stuff like this anymore.
No, we don't. And it just blows my mind that ZN is doing like a sexy concept and not like like
she's slaying.
Yeah, like we've spoken on and on about how basically LaBoom is just like textbook like cutesy girl group, and just to see ZN and even I guess even in some sort of sense.
Hyunju is the weird one because she always, to me, I thought she was like 12, but she turns out she's 20 years old. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, she's way older than I thought. Right, so but her voice is so high pitched that like
yeah, that's true.
And she was in April, like, so I can't see it. But yeah. So for the choreo, like, it's so good. The only thing is like the bend over move is like a little trashy. But
it's
like
fine.
Everything, like
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
I'm 100% okay with it.
It's definitely like, I feel like all the rest of the choreo is like super classy, sexy. Mm-hmm. Where that is like the only like,
I feel you.
We're clearly trying to like be sexy, like and yeah, turn you on type choreo. Where everything else is like, you can like it has more class to it, I feel like. But yeah, and then the outfits and styling on a point. The music video is like really it's pretty basic, but I think it works really well. Like the use of colors in it, and just the outfits and stuff in it is just, it's so good. And then they save the rain for the end with like the rain choreo.
The only part I didn't like about the music video is the part with the rain. It gets super like compressed looking.
Yeah, it is very compressed. That's the only problem with it.
Like, they're like, add more JPEG.
Yeah. Whatever camera they used couldn't handle it very well.
Yeah. The only thing
I think actually what I suspect is that they cropped it a lot on that shot.
I mean, they probably did because it's probably just to get it centered. Because
because they did a lot of like rotating the screen and stuff, and that requires you to like crop the screen a lot. So yeah, they might have only used like a 4K camera for that part or something instead of like 8K.
Do you think they can afford like red weapons in Korea or something like that? Or
I mean, probably.
KBS might have. This is KBS, so they probably could.
It's SBS. It's Wait.
No, the unit was KBS.
KBS is the unit.
But the music video was on SBS MTV. What the heck?
Wait, really?
Yeah, it says SBS MTV on here. No shit.
No, yeah. Unit was definitely KBS.
Whoops.
I don't know. Anyway, like I was about to say, the only problem I have with the choreography is that when I saw the live performance, there was rarely any like group choreography. Most of it was just like kind of sectioned off and
yeah, they split it into groups, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of the group choreography, but
I mean, it does give us hilarious Benny Hill fan cams.
Yeah, basically.
Did you see that I sent?
Or they cut or just like?
Well, no. There's a video where you can see the like performance from the like cameraman's point of view, and then on one side, and then a fan cam on the other, and you can see all the girls that aren't supposed to be performing like running behind the cameraman and like following behind him and like trying to keep up with him to stay out of the shot. And it's like someone needs to put Benny Hill to that because it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny. Speaking of choreography though, I feel like, and just general tone of the song, Suji is right at home in this kind of thing, and I'm glad that she gets a second chance. I just hope that they do.
I think they all fit it really well, surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly, especially even like Zien and like Yebin, even though they're like even Daya and like Laboom are just like the purest of pure. But and again, not being that familiar with NC, I was very, very impressed with her vocals. Definitely, they're probably gonna position her as like the kind of like the Jihyo of the group. She's gonna carry the high end vocals to this. So, yeah, this was a surprisingly good debut. Surprisingly good.
So yeah, this is everything I wanted from this unit and more. No pun intended.
Yep.
But yeah, like I think as a result, like spoiler alert, I guess this album became very top heavy on the single.
Yeah, very top heavy.
Like, I was expecting too much going into the rest. So like, let's just go on.
Yep.
So next we have a memory clock. I'll be the one person that didn't hate on the rest of it. What? I'm not allowed to like things. Okay. So yeah, we have a memory clock. So this is a piano ballad. What I actually liked of this is it. Not only does it showcase all their vocal talent, like including like Weijin and the more dance focused members, but it showcases like their vocal uniqueness. Like you can actually pick out all the members pretty easily. And I don't know if that's just me having followed all these people for so long, but like NCA's voice is very unique. Hyunjo's voice is unique. Like Yebin's voice is really unique, and this really shows that off. And watch the sketchbook performance because they can sing it live very well.
I felt this one was unnecessary because there's a better song that comes after this, and again, it's just
really
like
I disagree.
The song, the placement problem that I had with the BTS album, where they put two songs that are similar to each other, next to each other.
Yeah, I think one of these would have either been suited at the end or the before.
Or no,
more.
Just cut it out, because I mean, there's 5 tracks, and you're telling me you have 2.
No, they literally can't cut it out though, because the 2 tracks at the end are old tracks from the unit. Like they're not even new songs. Okay. There's only 3 new songs on this album.
Oh,
2 of them are ballads.
That being said, even though I don't like this one, I would not mind them doing more ballads. Just I want, because they have the vocal talent for it. Because which I'll get into later. It's just this one didn't do it for me.
So yeah, I had the same problem as far as like placement goes. Like I listened to this and it went right into the next track, which is Star, and I didn't even notice. By the time Star was over and went to You and I, which is the next track after that, I thought that was just a really long song.
Oh really?
Not even kidding.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh wait, I didn't listen to Star. What is this?
I was gonna say
like, oh, I did though.
I don't know. You and I don't see. I could definitely see going from a memory clock into My Star and not realizing. But You and I is like.
Well, no. Memory clock into Star is what I meant.
Okay.
It melded.
I thought you were saying all 3 were one big song.
No, You and I is when I noticed.
When you noticed it was a different song, and then you're like, you went back, you're like, wait, those are 2 songs? Yeah, I can definitely see that.
But anyways, that being said, I think they're good. I just think like not doing anything new, I guess, with this song, I guess. I just like expect a lot, I guess, because all of these members are really, really like talented, and I don't know. I guess I just want to see it put to really good use. I guess because No More, perfect. That's exactly what I want.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I think, like I said,
I think it would have made up for it if we had another song that was like similar in tone to like No More.
Yeah,
But,
or just a more upbeat song or something.
They never really went back to that style in any of the rest of these songs.
Yeah, well, see, I don't know. It's weird the way I look at this album. Like, I'm almost ignoring U&I and Ting because they're not new to me. But I do like both of them. But we'll get to that. But yeah, so to me, the album is mostly these 3 songs, and so that's why, yeah, I think if they put one of them before No More or at the end, it would have been a lot better. Because I don't think you can cut them because, like I said, there's 2 of the 3 new songs. Or just do something else. Or yeah, have something not a ballad, but. So yeah, we can go to My Star, which Jacob also kind of talked about, which is another ballad. This one's more, it's got acoustic guitars, and strings and piano, where A Memory Clock is mostly piano. It's a little less upbeat. For me, I actually preferred A Memory Clock. Andrew, you disagree?
Yeah, no, I think this one's way better. This is I feel like our, like, girl group ballad, like, high bar is Anything by Soshi, and this is very reminiscent of that, so that's why I kind of preferred it. This is just a lot more interesting vocally, and you could feel a lot more of the emotion than you could in A Memory Clock. So, yeah, again, this is what really sold me on. This is a very strong vocal group, and why I want to hear more of this level of ballad from them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is definitely the ballad that I preferred as well because it's more reminiscent of something like SNSD or IU, and like those are my go-to places for ballads. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely prefer this one over A Memory Clock. That being said, I still wish it stood out a little more because, like, again, I can hear that their vocals are there. It's just like I think it's just a problem with the song, not the members' fault at all. Okay, I just think they need some more interesting songs.
Wait, time out really quick. Big Hit put out a BTS Fake Love official teaser 2?
Why?
Didn't the music video? I don't know, but we'll look into that later.
The music video is definitely already out.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing there.
A second one or something? Who knows?
They're doing another music video.
The repackage is coming out next week.
Oh my god. Please no.
Okay, moving on to You and I. So this is one of 2 songs made for the unit finale for the girl group. So kind of like how Produce 101 does the 2 songs at the end that the groups did for season 1. It was Crush, and I can't even honestly remember the other song. But yeah, so
because Crush is the only one you have to care about.
Crush is so good,
and yet it wasn't a single.
But so yeah, this is a simple beat, funky guitar and bass. I really like the chorus of the song. It's simple, but it's a very catchy K-pop song.
Yeah, I found this of the 2 songs that you mentioned were made for the unit. I find this more enjoyable because I think they could exist in this space okay and do relatively well. Coincidentally, like, this song sounds very Laboom, so yeah. So maybe that's why I like it so much. And I think like Zian's proven that, and Zian, especially like Yebin, do well in this sort of style of music. So yeah, this was definitely the more enjoyable one, and the chorus is pretty good too.
This is another one where it seems like, I've seen this before. However, I think they pull it off so well that I think it really, really works well in this song. Also, it's a cover of the Dreamcatcher song.
No, it's not.
No, this came out before. Dreamcatcher is a cover
of
this.
It predates it. Their Dreamcatcher's covering them. Oh, shit.
Exactly. The album came out later, but the song actually came out at the end of the unit.
It's a cover of the Park Bomb song.
Oh, God.
Hey, that's a good track, too. Hey, that'd be a great cover.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I really, really like this. It's very like, again, back to the basics. However, done very well. So
yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. This is a very simple but very catchy song. It's very much reminds me of Hui Hui.
Yeah.
Which is just mastering the basics, like you said.
Exactly.
And finally, we have Ting. So like I said, this is the second of 2 songs that was made for the finale. So this is like super girly pop song, like vocal styles and everything, like very, very girly. It's very divisive. A lot of people hate it. I don't, but I like this type of music. The one thing I do that stands out to me, I like the subtle stuff they do. Like, there's like a phone ringing in some of the parts, and then during the chorus, like right after the line in the choruses, they do like members like answering the chorus by like talking. If that makes sense, I don't know how to describe it. So they like kind of answer. Yeah, it's call and response where the chorus is sung and then members with spoken lines like answer it. But yeah, this is definitely divisive. I know a lot of people don't like it, and it's obvious why. It's very acquired taste.
The reason why I gave this a 0. I gave this a 0.
I knew Andrew would hate this song
because it's kind of a blatant Twice ripoff. Like they didn't even kind of make any effort to make it different. This is straight up like a Twice song, and I know they made it for the final, and it's just a song they made for the show, but they can't survive by making like songs that are way too similar to Twice because they'll just get destroyed. So this is literally like the antithesis of like what I want the direction of this group to go in, because you can go cutesy, you just can't like just you have to you got to find a different lane because you're not gonna do well like this. I mean, I feel like Uni.T, the girl group, as opposed to UNB, is the harder sell as it is. So they really got to like make them stand out in a way, and this doesn't do it at all.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I actually have the same thoughts. It sounded a lot like a Twice B-side, like that kind of thing. That being said, I think it's a good song. It's just like Andrew said, it's a little derivative, I guess. So there's that. It's catchy. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess with that we can go into ratings.
I just looked up the producer. It makes sense. It's a
Black Eyed Peas song.
Huh? No.
Okay, that'd been hilarious.
It's someone I'd never heard of, Wonder Kid.
Oh, I think I've heard of.
Has he done twice? He did Sunamu's, like some of their more cutesy stuff. So which explains it does sound very similar to Sunamu's.
Well, like I think stuff. I love you, and
I like you too much.
Yeah, that
the one he produced.
Oh man, so that's gotta go with the different producer on that one, I guess.
We'll go to our rankings. So for me, like I said, I liked everything on this album. I had high hopes. So I gave it a 5 out of 6 for music. I think, like you guys said, the only problem is I like all the songs, but I wish the 2 ballads weren't right next to each other. And then I gave it a 3 out of 3 for concept because I did not expect this from them, and it blew me away. And a 1 out of 1 for bias, so I gave it a 9. I thought this was a 9. I knew I was gonna be high, but I was expecting a lot, and I actually got everything I was expecting and more. Like Jacob said, with no more. And I liked both of the ballads a lot. So
I didn't have many expectations going into this because I'm very removed from the unit, unlike you two guys. But it's a 4 to 6. I'd say for music, I'd say that it like the 4 is like 90%. Like no more in my star. Like it's very contingent on 2 songs, and it's just like like I feel like it's not only is it top heavy, but the songs I didn't like as much were very polarizing, or like they're just like very like polarizing emotions that I got out, or like opinions that I got out of this album. So that's why I didn't like it as much. I wanted to, this is me kind of being lenient because I could have laid into it more, but I feel like it's still I feel like No More is just so good that I'm still willing to give them a good enough score in the music because I like the direction they're going in with, at least with the singles. So yeah, just more of this, or just more of the sort of sexy, classy type of thing. And I think that's a good direction to take them in. Concept 2 out of 3. I feel like that's as much. All of them look great. Minus the fact that I can't tell who anyone is because they all have long blonde hair and like, go back to...
Well, they all have long brown hair.
Brown hair. Go back to friggin' short blonde hair.
Except you and Joe. You and Joe has silver hair, and literally all of them have long brown hair, but...
Go back to short blonde hair, Yabin. It was so much better. So much better.
Jacob disagrees.
I'm indifferent. Long brown or black hair is a win for me usually.
I hate it so much. It's like her look was so much better. Anyway, I feel like the choreography could have been better. That's why I didn't end up giving it full marks. And yeah, I'd give them a bias point. I like a lot of the members here. So yeah, they have a lot of talent to work with. And it's a good start. It's a good start. I'll give them that, even though it's a 7 out of 10. I'm not really like shitting on the group or whatever. But yeah, I like to see more, and we'll see how long are they supposed to be around.
I think they said 9 months and 2 to 3 albums.
Okay, well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how they end up with the next couple.
Yeah,
of albums,
I think the 3 is dependent on how the 2 do. So they're guaranteed 2 albums, 2 releases, and then if they do well, they'll get a 3rd.
Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to it. But yeah, I feel like they should go more with No More style as opposed to Ting.
Yeah, I don't think
agree.
they're going Ting. And like I said, that was made for the 18 members that were left on the unit, or 22 or whatever.
So for me, I gave it a wait. What did Andrew give it?
I gave it 7.
4, 2, 1,
7.
So 7.
Yeah. Okay. So I actually gave it the same thing. That's why I was checking first. Yeah. 4 out of 6 for music, just because like No More really inflated that score for me. Actually, like amazing title track. Like one of my favorite songs of the year already. That being said, like the rest of the tracks didn't really do it for me as much, so I was a little disappointed. Just because like it started out so strong. I was expecting a lot. So from there, concept, I gave it 2 out of 3. The music video was cool, but it wasn't like mind blowing or anything. And yeah, just basic album cover and stuff like that. So yeah, and then obviously bias point because every single one of the members I really like. So yeah.
Yep. So
also Suji is in the group.
Yeah,
you have to stand your ARC member.
So 779 is an 8. The 9 bumps it up to an 8 because it's a 7.6.
Yeah, no shiny, but it's still good. And yeah, I'd say this album is basically like G Idol without the like album tracks to sort of like follow it up. Because I do like I feel like I've been pretty high on a lot of these like girl group debut tracks. So hopefully I hope the trend keeps it up because we need more good like girl groups that aren't just I don't know, like super cutesy G-Friend clones, basically, because that's all we've been getting.
Yeah. Okay.
So from here, we can go into topic 3, which is a user-submitted topic.
Yeah, so Christopher Tele, however you pronounce his name, asked us, what do we think of... Here, I'll word for word read it. I don't actually have my phone. Let me find it real quick. So, interesting topic for next week, or any other week, would be your opinion on multiple K-pop companies venturing into the Japanese market and thoughts on the reasons why groups like Kara, TVXQ, and SNSD in the past, and twice in BTS in the present day, managed to do extremely well. Does BTS have Japanese stuff?
Yeah, they have Japanese original songs.
They put out like 2 albums in Japan.
I didn't even know that.
Full ones.
I did not know that at all. But yeah, so, and before we get started, answer our social media poll that's pinned everywhere. Pinned on Twitter, pinned on this comments stuff. So yeah, I guess background, if you don't really know, BoA was the first one to get like really big in Japan out of Korean like artists. I'm sure there were other groups before her that did stuff in Japan, but BoA was the first one, I think, to just blow up and become huge in Japan, to the point where she was basically like just promoting in Japan for a while.
Yeah, she released more Japanese
Korea
music.
for a while. But then like I groups, it wasn't really a thing until Kara, I think, really made it a thing for at least girl groups. I can't speak on guy groups nearly as much.
TVXQ is probably the guy.
Yeah, TVXQ is huge. I think Super Junior did some stuff too.
Yeah. Well, TVXQ back when they had more than 2 members, basically.
Oh, yeah.
When they were mostly known as like DBSK.
Yep. But yeah, Kara, after their first couple of songs, once they started doing the more like EDM stuff with Mr. and Lupin and what's the other one? There's 3.
I don't know.
Jacob's zoning out. He's falling asleep.
Sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, like Kara really picked it up with Mr. and stuff, and they got big, to where they just they focused on Japan a lot more than Korea too. Actually.
Yep. SNSD did that for a while.
And then
too.
yeah, SNSD obviously
Like
was huge in Korea.
It actually got to because I got into SNSD while they were doing that.
Yeah,
and it actually got me because I fell in love with them with their Korean music.
Yep.
And like it was getting to the point where I was like, "What the hell? Why are they
Give
not?
me
Why
more
are they
Korean-
only?
yep.
Why are they only releasing Japanese music?"
Yep, I was in the same boat because it was you were getting into them, and then they did Mr. Taxi and Paparazzi and the Japanese versions of all the Korean singles.
Yeah,
and then started releasing like all the 2 albums,
and then boom, I Got a Boy. They're amazing again.
Yeah,
and then, but no,
I mean they were amazing the whole time, but like,
in that span though, again, like we were talking about when we were ranking all the Soshi albums, there are some Soshi Japanese albums that were way better. They're like top 5 for me.
And then there are some Soshi Japanese albums that are way worse, and by some I mean one.
Yeah, like part
one.
The
one
third
is
one.
The worst.
Love and Peace, I think is what it was.
But it does
Girls
have one of their best
Girls
songs.
and Peace is amazing.
Girls
though.
and Peace, God tier.
But Love
Girls
and
Peace is probably one of I'd say one of the best K-pop group Japanese albums ever. Like don't at me, like don't even at me on that one.
But Love and Peace does have Galaxy Supernova, one of their best Japanese songs.
Yeah, that I'll give you.
But yeah, so they blew up, and Andrew can speak on this more, but like in Japan for J-pop, like at least in my like the way I see it is like it's way more about girl groups than guy groups. Like I don't ever hear about male J-pop groups.
They've definitely
like ever.
It used to be that like before the advent of the AKB, which we'll get to later, the AKB48 and co groups, it was mostly just groups that would be spin-offs of Exile, because basically Avex kind of like runs like the industry in some way, and which is why a lot of K-pop groups and K-pop companies signed under Avex. But it'd be like Exile, like the different like generations of like J-Soul Brothers and like that sort of thing. But yeah, pretty much once the notion of large like multi like everyday idol you can meet type groups came in. It's just mostly most of like what you hear is girl groups nowadays. So it's just, which is why like it's there might be some like guy group equivalents to AKB, but I don't know how popular they are. That's kind of a blind spot for me. But I mean, AKB's popular enough. The concept of AKB is popular enough that they're literally just like copying it like over and over and over and over and over again to like different parts of Japan. So.
Yeah, so they obviously got big, and then I feel like it kind of became stagnant for K-pop groups in Japan. Like it was like SNSD was releasing stuff, Kara was releasing stuff, and like that was really it. I mean,
that's a bunch of
like
random
A-Pink
stuff. Yeah,
A-Pink put out a lot of good stuff too. But yeah, like
back when YG groups were releasing music, they like Big Bang has a huge following in Japan. Like they went so far as to give them different like specific Japanese stage names because they can't really pronounce. They can't really pronounce some of them. It's like, so, like D-Light.
G-Dragon's still just G-Dragon, right?
Yeah.
G-Dragon, just top, TOP.
Yeah,
it's like V. Is it?
Daesung's like
Sungri is V, right?
Yeah. Before we got
and I know
BTS.
Yeah, I know. Daesung is like
D-Light.
Delight. Yeah, that's right.
D-Light. D-Light though.
Yep. Yeah, D-Light.
Yeah.
Which is just weird, but yeah. So like, I feel like it was all the Gen 2/Gen 1, depending on how you want to organize your gens.
Did we talk about Boa?
They definitely laid the foundation for it.
Started with. They laid the foundation, but I feel like until this current groups, like these groups, they're that like the in between groups didn't put out stuff there. Like I feel like people like EXID and like that area group of groups didn't put out anything in Japan.
Yeah, because even like new groups like freaking like SF9, they're releasing Japanese music because I feel K-pop
K-pop's bigger than ever.
Yeah. So yeah, it's grown, and then now we're at this point where K-pop's so big, and the groups you mentioned like BTS and Twice are enormous. That like, I mean, for Twice it was obvious. they're the cutesy girl group. They fit the J-pop like market perfectly. They have 3 Japanese members.
Yeah, I feel like that's the biggest part. Once they started pulling,
well, that's the whole point of putting the 3 Japanese members in there.
Yeah, that's why that's why they started pulling that's why they put American like Koreans like Tiffany or Jessica in SSC, so you could appeal to the American crowd. That's why they pulled Jui in place. That's why they pulled like Chinese members in any sort of group.
There's Chinese members in every group now.
Yeah, because they're trying to. They understand the international nature of the market is so. Yeah, that's an easy sell for them now. Why do you think like NCT is trying to put NCT has Japanese members now? And there's probably I would not be surprised if there's like a full on NCT like Japanese subunit. That would not.
Oh yeah, NCT Japan will happen eventually.
There's no way that doesn't happen.
If if the subunit thing doesn't fall apart, like if NCT China does as well as it should, then there's definitely gonna be an NCT Japan. Like, the only way NCT Japan doesn't happen is if NCT China and any other subunit they try falls apart, and it's just, like, they realize they need to stick with just 127 and Dream and U, like, the Korean ones that are established. Like, then
even
that
if
won't
they do
happen.
If they do a yearly, like, NCT thing, like NCT 2019, NCT 2020, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
I just feel a little sorry for some of the members because they don't get as much exposure, but... Yeah.
Yep. Like it for some groups, especially for girl groups, I feel like it's very obvious because like K-pop idol girl groups were very much inspired by J-pop.
Yeah, it
was very much a mixture of J-pop and American pop, and so it made sense. And then especially nowadays, we're getting more EDM style stuff, which is much more J-pop. That for guy groups too, it makes sense. Which is why like people like TVXQ went, because they always did that type of stuff.
Yeah,
like,
they were
TVXQ
doing that,
and Super Junior were always doing the super EDM.
Yeah, way before it even got popular in America. That's so weird.
Yeah,
that is so weird. Like there are K-pop groups there are J-pop groups that were doing the whole like back when they literally just called it techno. They were doing that whole style of music. Exactly. Before it got popular. That's crazy.
I mean, that's part of what like attracted me to K-pop at first, because everything was different and like super electronic. Like we didn't have that.
Yeah, exactly. I love how you pointed that out too, Andrew. That it was techno. Like EDM is a modern term for that type of music, but it was techno back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, because it's just the catch-all term just changed. But one thing I wanted to just point out as to. Even before, like, the concept of BoA laying the foundation, like, one thing, just in terms of culture, the one thing I feel like sort of helped, well, I mean, one obviously is that, like, Korea and Japan have started to, like, they have normalized relations in comparison to, like, a long time ago when Japan was literally just occupying Korea. But, there's definitely more of a culture exchange between the two countries where anime gets shown in Japan, like K-pop and all these Korean dramas that get huge in Japan, basically, where they I mean, that's kind of just an Asia thing too, where like there are other countries Southeast Asia, like Philippines, like Japan, like where Korean dramas are just like the go-to sort of thing, even for like they'll dub it into like their native language.
They're like the highest production quality.
Yeah,
like dramas. They're in Asia, so like everyone watches them.
Yeah, so I feel like Korean dramas played a huge part in sort of like or getting the foot in the door in terms of the exposure or acceptance of Korean culture. So that's definitely like a weird and sort of like, but definitely helpful sort of thing. I feel like they were sort of accepting more of the TV aspect before the music, but I think also, again, like I feel like it wasn't just the artists they were just making music in Japan. I feel like the big part of it was they were integrating themselves into like the ecosystem, because you'd see like BoA or like you see like Twice now they're doing CFs for Japanese companies. They're doing like all these sort of promotions and everything.
Yeah, Kara did tons of promotions.
Yeah, I feel like integrating themselves into that ecosystem is what really helped expose them to the Japanese market, and like it definitely pays off, because marketing is just as like having high profile artists or idols or like actors promote any type of product is just as big in Japan as it is in Korea.
Yep. Okay. let's move on to top 4 before Jacob falls asleep on camera. Which, I mean, this conversation leads into anyway.
Yeah, perfectly leads into.
Yep.
Topic 4.
Yep, topic 4 is Andrew wants to talk about Produce 48. This is before it starts, but we have the intro title track song thing. And then we have like all the little introduction videos and stuff
which
to
I will
talk
be
about.
Yeah, which I will be playing in the background. So, as was announced in Mama was December, in the stop in Japan that they were doing a special. The next season of Produce 101 would be Produce 48, where it's a collaboration between the AKB48 system of or network of J-pop groups and Mnet. So this is something I've actually been like this is like a dream of mine since way before like we even started this, like just because as a big fan of J-pop, like Perfume is one of my favorite groups, and getting into AKB, like this was the next logical step. I feel like it's genius. And the reason why they're doing this, I believe, is, I mean, I'm not as, for any AKB fans or any like NMB or whatever other group fans, I'm not as knowledgeable about like the inner workings, but from my understanding, AKB is kind of past their golden age, because for those K-pop fans that don't know, they have a graduation system where the name 48 comes from. Well, at one point they had like 48 members, and how they do it is you'd have AKB 1, 2, and 7. Like you'd have different teams that would perform every day. That's why the concept or the name Idol You Can Meet was sort of coined by them, so you can see them in their theater in Akihabara.
Yeah, they have a personal theater.
Yeah, they perform at every day. So, most of the popular or like the golden age members of AKB have sort of graduated out of the system, and with the rise of the sister groups and the rise of the rival group, most notably Nogizaka 46. Yeah, they're kind of losing traction. So I feel like they're doing this to sort of expand their fan base in a way, so Korea, or to sort of associate themselves with like the K-pop movement, which they know is very big internationally. And I think it's a good idea. And not only is it a good idea for just like the group in general, but it's a good idea for the members, because it's very hard to get onto a single for AKB48. How they do it is there's like a billion sister groups, and everyone, technically speaking, everyone is eligible for what they call the Senbatsu election. What Senbatsu is that's their voting system for how they determine who gets the lead single, who gets like the B-side tracks, that sort of thing. So literally how they do it is they have tickets in each of their what they consider like their singles, and you have to buy the single, and then that gives you one vote. So people will literally buy hundreds of albums just so that they can vote for like the one person they want to be the center, and that's why it's very competitive. So anyway, just getting back into, or reeling it back into how Produce 48 it will sort of incorporate that. The original concept was it was supposed to be 48 on each side, 48 Korean trainees and 48 AKB or other associated group members,
Japanese.
But I don't think Japanese members. I don't think it ended up being perfect.
No, I'm looking at the wiki page. It's 57 Korean members and 39 Japanese.
Oh yeah, because I feel like some of them left before the filming started, or before it officially started. So
yeah, I mean it is 96 trainees, but they didn't get enough Japanese members,
which is fine
to have a full 48.
Which is fine. I think they still got a good amount, and the rules are it's going to be a group that promotes for 2.5 years, and they are able to promote simultaneously with any other group or any other like CF or drama.
Yeah,
thing that they have.
Members of the group will be able to promote under their own agencies concurrently.
Yeah, which is huge because like with not spoiling getting into members. But
that's why Mix 9 failed horribly.
Yep, because you had to lock them into.
YG wanted to take them for too long.
Well, I mean, YG, he's a control freak. I mean, that's a
well, the real problem was, well, one, they didn't get those contracts figured out beforehand, which they really should have, and two, YG wanted to change the initial idea and to have them longer. And so the companies were like, no, we're not doing that, and so they're just not gonna have a group, which is just the worst thing ever.
What did you guys think of the Pick Me though, the song?
So I agree with you guys. You guys said that. Oh, I don't know if Jacob did, but I know you and Cooper both said you think this is the best.
Yeah,
of the three.
Easily the best.
I agree. This is easily the best song of the three. I did
not know it was already out. Let me listen to it.
And like I think this is easily the best song of the three. I think my only problem was it doesn't have the hype, simple to follow choreo that season 1 had with Pick Me, and it doesn't have the earworm chorus and choreo that Naya Na had.
You're kidding me though? Like Nekoya is like literally the definition of earworm.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. It just didn't stay in my head, and I don't even like. I don't know. I don't even think it's gonna be as big in Korea as the other two were. But I think this is easily the most well-produced song of the three. Like, as an actual song.
Yeah, I see what Nate is saying. Like, because Korea likes very like really really like repetitive.
Yeah,
like things like pick me.
Well, I mean, they're doing like Nekoya.
Yeah, they have the Nekoya, but
even like Red Velvet's like Rookie, for example, like the rookie, my super rookie. Like they're saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like they are like dum or TT, stuff like that,
or Naya Na.
Yeah, exactly.
But and it's not just the song or the lyrics, it's the combination of the simple to follow. Like the choreo doesn't have the kick that Pick Me's drop choreo did, with like how hype it is and then it drops and then the finger pointing dance, or the punching of Naya Na does.
I did like that they incorporated the old move.
I love that they put those two in there.
They had moves from Pick Me, they have moves from Naya Na. They freaking the Chojang, like freaking what's his name, Jihoon, sort of like it pays homage to the previous seasons, which is awesome. How they did it in the live performance was they sang the first verse in Korean, the second verse in Japanese.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool too.
They made 2 separate versions. I say the Japanese version sounds way better because it sounds like an AKB48 song. It sounds very authentic. Like this group vocal style of thing is just very much their shtick. So I think it's great that they did it. And again, I don't want to get too much into members, but the centers for the music video were Miyawaki Sakura, who is a member of HKT48, but has also been the center for AKB48 3 times. So that's how you know she's popular, where she's from a different group, but she still gets voted as the center, or she still gets voted highly in the Senbatsu elections that she's center for like a completely different group. So,
yep.
It specifically says, like, on her thing, she was center for AKB48 before she was center for HKT48. That's crazy. So yeah, I thought they were just gonna put people who are kind of struggling or kind of nobodies on the show, but I was shocked that they put somebody that's been a center before on the show. Like that's how, like, they're not messing around. Like they really want this to work, basically, if they're putting some of their best or their most popular members on this. And the other center, the Korean center, was Ikaun.
Yep.
Formerly of After
no,
School.
Not formerly.
RIP.
After School still exists.
They're basically
barely.
Dead.
I know. They're basically gone.
Like,
but
her I'm playing like the trainee introduction videos, and my heart broke when I saw that, because it's she's basically the newest of this season, where it's just
definitely. Pledis is like making out like bandits on these shows. Like they know what to do, because they showed
somebody with a sob story.
They put Produce 101, they put literally almost every member of their new girl group on it, and was like, look at how good they are compared to most of these people. Because Produce 101, if you remember, like, it's weird because the quality of trainees in Produce 101 seemed to be better than in season 2. But like they were all from like unknown companies, and then Pledis comes out with like all these super tall model girls, like really doing really well choreo. They did an after school song really well in front of you, and Kahi was there as like the dance trainer. And yeah, so like, she was like, at the instant they walked in, Kahi was like, yeah, you could tell they're from Pledis because of how long, how tall they are, how long their legs are. But then, yeah, Newest comes on, and they're just like, we got the sob story. Like, Newest has never done anything. They're so talented. Let's put them on season 2, and then they blow up. And now they're going to put Khan. They're going to be like, you guys forgot about after school, but, like, here's a really talented member. She's going to be way more popular than anyone else on this show.
And she's almost a guaranteed lock at this point.
Exactly.
There's no way she doesn't make this group. And especially considering they haven't said what the final, like, number is for the group. I've been looking for it everywhere, but I don't know. Okay. It's not going to be 48, I think, because that's just like, I think it's just like a naming convention at this point. But it might be like 20, maybe 30 people, so there's a really good chance. And the interesting thing is, how's the naming convention for this group going to work? Is it going to be like the name that's been being thrown around?
PD48.
No, it might be SOL48, which would be awesome. That's like the name that's been thrown around.
Shit out of luck 48.
No, Soul.
Yeah, I know. SOL.
Yeah.
Shit out of luck 48. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, that's been the name that's thrown around since people were speculating. Oh, would they ever branch out to Korea? And also, would they be eligible for like Senbatsu? Imagine Lee Kaon being on an AKB48 single. How mind blowing would that be? Like that'd be a cool sort of like interaction. So quickly, I just want to run down the sort of like other parts of the show. Host is Lee Sung-gi, who I'm not familiar with at all, honestly.
Which is crazy. Lee Sung-gi is like one of the biggest Korean actors in the world.
Yeah, I know. He seemed pretty popular. So
I think this is bigger than Boa. To be honest, yeah, he's huge.
So then that might help the ratings for the show. Then probably.
Yeah, it's impossible to understate how big he is. The
trainers are Lee Hong-gi of FT Island and So-yu of Sistar are the vocal trainers.
Awesome. Both of them are. I'm so excited that they're on the show.
Yeah, that's like, very interesting to see.
Hong-gi is. I love his voice and. Like so you obviously my bias though.
Yeah, we should expect, which means we should expect a lot of the vocal.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because FT Island they're super big in Japan, so he clearly has the ability to help vocal train the Japanese members as much as the Korean members.
Cheetah is returning as the rap trainer. Awesome, I love their work. Too bad Don Mills can't come back. I love the duo of them.
Yeah.
And the dance trainers are Bae Yoon-jung, Choi Young-jun, and Mei Jae Lee of 1 Million. That's crazy. The rise of 1 Million over the past couple of years.
Yeah, and Bae Yoon-jung's huge too. She was on the unit. She was the dance trainer for Uni.T season 2. Like she's been on a ton of variety shows as a dance teacher, and she's done a ton of choreo too.
All right, so I guess we can just sort of go over like they've started to leak or they've started to reveal some of the members. So which ones?
Oh yeah, Bae Yoon-jung made Up and Down.
Okay,
choreo.
For me,
yeah.
For me, I already have one. I have like my eyes totally locked on.
Who?
Which the other one from Playtest, Ho Yoon-jin. She is really really cute.
Yeah, Ho Yoon-jin Playtest.
She's from the U.S. and I don't know if she is or not, but she seems like she might be half Korean, half white. I'm not sure though.
It's like I forget what the name was. The one that was on the Soompi or like the.
Oh no! Yeah, Alex Christine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a different one.
Yeah, she's the Soompi Rising Legends season 1
I have
and
no
2.
idea what you guys are talking about, but
there's an American on the show.
Oh, there is.
She won some Soompi has some award or show or something. I don't know. It says she was dance category winner of Soompi's Rising Legend season 1, grand prize winner of Soompi's Rising Legend season 2. So I assume it's some Soompi show.
Yeah, they tried to make their survival show.
I don't know if it's her though, because she played ukulele for her.
Yeah, that's her.
Thing.
I'm playing the video like right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Then yeah.
Yeah.
She's definitely my favorite so far.
Yep.
Nate.
I mean, we have Cheon from 16, who used to be under JYP. Obviously, she was on 16. Both of the individual trainees stood out to me, which apparently they're both from YG.
Yeah, so
former
it's-
YG trainees. I didn't know that beforehand.
Their names are Park So-young, who went by Roya, and Jinny Park, who seems to be like everyone seems to know who she is apparently. So maybe she was supposed to be in Blackpink or something, and then she ended up leaving.
I bet she was supposed to at least be in Pink Punk.
She was supposed to be in one of them.
So she got nattied basically.
Well, I mean, wait, did we talk? I don't know if we talked about this, but in G Idol, Miyeon from G Idol is supposed to be in Blackpink.
Yo,
Yeah, I don't know.
She got cut like way last minute because she was
Oh.
caught dating or something like that.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm about to punch YG. Oh well, I actually no. I'm glad she escaped the dungeon because she
never would have put out any music.
she got into her first their first
Now
album.
she already has more songs than Blackpink.
Anyway, yeah. So I feel like the extra YG trainees are going to they're probably gonna make it in just because they have a lot of hype
totally.
going behind them. Some other ones I have on my list are Jung Gyuri from Is 9.
From us.
Like she's like literally from idol school to like from Is 9 and back into the fray once again, which means I'm pretty sure From Is going to be an 8-member group when we see them at KCON or for whenever they make their comeback again. So yeah, well. Let's see who else I had wrote down. Somebody named Shin Soo-hyun, who was on Mix 9 from Fave Entertainment. Shiroma Miru, who's from AKB48 and NMB48, finished 12th in the last Senbatsu election. Matsui Jurina, SKE48 and AKB48, finished 3rd in the last Senbatsu election. And most importantly, she did the AKB Pro Wrestling show. So, so they basically had like a whole pro wrestling, Japanese style pro wrestling show with AKB48 members and all of the members basically. And because apparently she's a really big New Japan Pro Wrestling fan, and she was the host of Wrestle Kingdom, which is their WrestleMania and everything. So so it's there's clips of them of her doing actual wrestling moves and everything. So that's pretty cool. I'm standing her immediately. An interesting rumor that was floating around was that I think they're airing this in Japan as well, but the interesting rumor was that Koreans can only vote for Japanese trainees and Japanese can only vote for Korean
I remember
trainees.
hearing about that. I don't know.
I hope that is true
but-
because that'd be amazing. Because isn't it like that in Eurovision?
Yeah, how Eurovision works is you need to make friends with other countries that'll help vote for you. Because you can't vote for yourself, you have to vote for another country. So that'd be so interesting. But I don't know if the rumor is true. But I secretly hope it is because
I do remember hearing that.
Because I think the one fear that I have with this show is that it might just be Korea versus Japan sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't want it to become that sort of. I don't want it to become like that. But I feel like if they're accepting of Momo and Mina and Sana and all of them, I feel it's just. If they'll fall in love with somebody regardless of if they're Korean or Japanese, and I feel like the group would be best served if they have a balance of the two, because ideally they're going to be doing songs in both Korean and Japanese, so you can't have just Koreans doing the song, and this sort of leads into one of ideas I have maybe in terms of challenges is you get. The Koreans will have to cover or they'll have to perform an AKB48 song, and all the AKB48, HKT48, all the other groups, they'll have to perform K-pop songs
twice.
Yeah, in the native language. So yeah, that's the thing, because from what I've seen in the videos, not everyone knows both languages. Some people either only know Korean, some people only know Japanese. So again, it's going to be very interesting to see them mix the two groups and see That's definitely going to be the challenge, is being able to perform the song whether it's in Korean or Japanese.
Yeah.
One last person I wanted to point out, the Cube trainee.
Yeah.
Immediately when you watch, she's dressed up like a Kaonashi from Spirited Away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some of them are so funny.
Yeah, I
Some of
haven't
them are
watched them
so
yet,
funny.
so I'll have to check them out for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like again, you could. There are 96 trainees, so you can go deep head first into this, and all these videos I'm pulling are from Yub-Seo. Yeah, so all the resources. Yeah, all the resources. Like all the resources I'm pulling from are from the Produce 48 subreddit. I'll try to be as active as I can in that if you want to sort of help follow the group or see whenever the episodes go live. But yeah, I'm totally ready to go balls deep again into the group, and I feel like it could have been easy for them to just do another Produce 101 season with girls, but this is way more interesting, I feel like, and I'm definitely going to be following.
It would be too hard to capture the magic of season 1 anyway.
Yeah, same thing with if they were trying to do a boy season again. It'll be hard to capture the magic of 101 again. So yeah, it'll be a different group, which is good.
Yeah,
but again,
yeah, exactly. They can't. They're not going to be able to make another IOI or 101. Like they need to do something different.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a great thing for both sides, for both like the Korean music industry and the AKB48 groups. My only concern is though, a lot of all of the Japanese trainees, they basically perform like on a daily basis, or like they perform weekly. They know how to do like live stages and everything. How are the trainees like from Korea gonna stack up to them where all their only experience is just performing in front of them? Yeah, they're only performing in front of a mirror or maybe like busking or whatever. So it'll be interesting. There might be a experience
stamina.
And there might be an experience gap between the Korean and Japanese trainees, but the familiarity with the language, I feel like, might be what gives the Korean. I'd say the talent threshold might be a bit higher when it comes to the Korean trainees, because like you're not necessarily like this is no offense to any like AKB fans, but I feel like the vocal threshold, like the quality of vocals is much lower on AKB because it's all group
There's
vocals.
So many members, it's all group vocals.
Yeah, that's why you very rarely if you're a member of any of these groups and they give you a solo, that means you're really good. Like Yamamoto Sayaka, like she has like 2 like full like rock albums, that sort of thing, on top of being like the center a bunch of times. So yeah, again, like closing thoughts on what your expectations for this are.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, we actually with Rob and Unpretty had a conversation on Twitter last week about how it's just nothing has captured the emotional attachment of season 1. Like even season 2 for me at least, and for them as well, they agreed. So it'll be interesting to see if this can achieve that. I think the unit was a better version of Produce 1 in terms of how it was run. But yeah, just I don't know, the attachment to all the top like 20 of season 1 of Produce 101 was like unmatched for a lot of us. So it'll be interesting to see if this can match it. I do want to say I looked up. I'm an idiot. Like Bae Yoon Jung was the dance trainer in season 1 as well. But I want to you'll blow up when you hear her song credits. So she did Abracadabra. She did Mister. And Mamma Mia from Kara. She did Up and Down and Ah Yeah from EXID. She did Bo Peep and Lovey Dovey from Tiara, and she did Expectation and Something from Girls' Day.
Yo, can we get?
She's like,
are we gonna get a
sexy
J-pop
group? Yeah, she's like the sexy dance choreographer of Korea.
Because that's probably like my one gripe is that they're the most recent AKB48 single, Teacher Teacher, is probably the most sexy I've seen them in a while. And even then, it's like it's still pretty like tame. But to see like a K-pop sexy level J-pop group would just blow my mind. That's my dream. That's been my dream since I started listening to this music. Jacob, thoughts?
What? Thoughts on Produce 48? I'm excited. I think I'm actually gonna try and watch it all the way through. Yeah, because like on Produce 101 season 2, I found it hard to keep up just because everything was so long. But I don't know. I mean, it's the summer. I can watch after work and stuff like that, and on the weekend, so it'll be fine. Yeah, it's only like 1 episode a week, right?
Yeah, usually. And I mean, it's just the first few episodes are definitely going to be rough because they're going to be like 3 hours long. But after that, it should be fine, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's everything, and we're definitely gonna be doing maybe let's try to do it like quarterly, like every elimination basically. Let's try to do a video on it. I mean, It'll be hard, but I feel like we did very well.
I'll be able to keep up with it for sure.
Yeah, we're definitely more invested this season, but yeah, we definitely want to keep up on it.
I am for sure.
Oh yeah, because Nate doesn't care about boy groups, but I mean, as much as one of my boys,
not at all.
I might end up loving this group more if it turns out well. So that's it. Any thoughts on Produce 48? Please leave them in the comments. Especially like I need education on the AKB48 groups. If you have any suggestions on what direction you think they'll go in, definitely leave it in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
We're half an hour past Jacob's bedtime.
Yep.
Let's go.
I'm gonna die tomorrow morning.
It'll be fine. Just drink some coffee.
Well, I don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee either. So I'm yeah.
Oh well. Anyways, thank you and good night.
Sakura fighting. Fighting.
Throbbingly
yes!
Sakura fighting.
Yes, stand all the AKB members.
Annyeong.
Bye.
Music video and aesthetics and stuff, everything's just insane. Like the sets are so good. The leather Final Fantasy armor, whatever they did to Sua's hair, the thing in Sua's hair is like so cool looking.
It's like like one braid is just like highlighted or something. I don't know.
Well,